Beloved, as we continue to look at beholding in this Lenten season, in the stillness, in the silence, again and again, I've got to be honest, I'm deeply impacted by the work of Maggie Ross, and I'm just so appreciative of her writings and her insights, and I want to glean from that as I share with you today. So bear with me for just a few minutes. God's humility God's humility far surpasses any humility that we can comprehend. In his infinite humility, God poured himself out completely for all of us, even to the point of becoming human and vulnerable through the womb of Mary, being cradled in a manger. There's an astounding truth about the incarnation that is more than just the fact that God is with us. It's the reality that he comes to us in complete vulnerability, entrusting himself to our care and our love in utter silence. The babe is silent. In the depth of our beholding the God who is truly humble. And beholding is about holding God before us, knowing he holds us. We behold him because he beholds us. And in that beholding, we gaze on the humble heart of the triune God. And in that beholding, a divine exchange takes place. Each of us, with our uniquenesses and our imperfections, our brokenness and our beauty, are transfigured, as Maggie Ross says, into the divine life. It's the purpose of God's coming to us, born in a stable and crucified on a cross. This end of it all is to be transfigured into his image and likeness. And there's even more to the beholding, because the greatest commandment tells us to love God with all our heart, our soul, our strength, and our mind, and love our neighbors as ourselves. This is an all-encompassing love that involves both God and our neighbors. So beholding God is what enables us to live out that commandment. I can't do it if I'm not beholding him, partaking of his life. And in that beholding, we are being invited to let go of our narrow perspectives, our prejudices, our biases, our distortions, our generalizations, the way we delete things that we don't want to look at. And when we actually behold him and behold him in one another, it can make so many of our communal struggles seem insignificant in comparison. Living beneath the surface of our personalities doesn't diminish our humanity. It leads to fullness. Beholding God in all things is the remedy for our hectic lives, the stress we deal with, the constant busyness that is loaded with barrenness. Beholding allows us to live from a place of deep communion with God and calls us to return to that stillness again and again and again. And it's inseparable from humility. Humble yourself under the mighty hand of God, and in due time, due season, he will exalt you. Know this. We're already in that stillness because of God's presence within us. It's our thoughts and distractions that pull us away. The stillness, beloved, is the very heart of God himself. And it's that stillness where we bring everything and we draw everything we need from that deep, eternal reservoir of divine stillness. So, let's just think in this Lenten season about approaching the manger and the cross in all that it represents, knowing that even as the wise men brought gifts, each of us are bringing our gifts to the manger and the cross. Some do bring wealth, gold, frankincense, myrrh. Others bring their poverty. Some bring their joy. Others bring their sorrow as gift. The psalmist said, "Let all that is within me bless his holy name." But here's one thing I know about the human condition that all of us bring as a gift, and I want you to think of it as a gift. The one gift we all share is our suffering. The pains, the traumas, the abuses, the conflicts, the losses, the hungers, the thirsts, the culture wars, the global wars, all the things that affect us, and including the suffering love we bear with Jesus and our longing for the Father's love through Jesus by the Spirit. I want to invite us as we move further in the Lenten season to behold the humble God who comes to us and in doing so lets us find what Maggie Ross refers to more as transfiguration than transformation, love and peace. Let's lean into this weekend with expectation. The Lord's doing something amazing in our midst, and I know we're all grateful for it. Love you. See you Sunday.